Welcome, Aaron. Welcome to AHA.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
Give us a little bit of background of your background in theater.
Sure. So actually, it started my aunt. My aunt Wanda, she did a lot of theater here in the area. She directed plays and shows and whatnot in the area, and she was a theater person herself. She went to the University of Buffalo for theater, and out there she was like this Renaissance woman. Like she did with she was like her and her friends living out, just being working artists. Like she was a makeup artist, she was a lounge singer, she did theater herself, she directed theater, she wrote plays, all sorts of things. So when she saw that I might have the knack for it, she kind of put me in everything, dance class, singing, acting. She put me in her plays. So I've been acting since I was about 8.
Long hauler.
Yes, and like full-on professional plays. So started there, and then in high school, I kind of fell back in love for it, and the theater program there, where I met Gregory Marsh and Ward Dales, and they were sort of my theater mentors. And yeah, and then from college, I majored in theater in college, went to SUNY Potsdam, and sort of found like, okay, I love theater, but this is what I want to be, or who I want to be in theater through college. So very transformative experience. And then I took it and went to New York and did theater, a lot of theater out there, and kind of started teaching out there, and then came back here.
Oh, wow. So it's been a long journey for you in the theater world.
Long journey.
What exactly you said college is where you got your spark again?
Yeah.
What exactly in college happened?
I realized that I was I think it was myself and one other person, a black person, that was in the theater program. And luckily we had good professors that were some were very aware of the situation and kind of gave us our freedom to kind of create what we wanted in theater and in that department. And I just was I kind of immersed myself in black plays. And well, these people look like me, and kind of came where I come from, and they created this magic, they created these worlds and these characters. So I would say that where my spark kind of reignited for theater again.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
So I know you have a little thing called Acting with Aaron. Why don't you give us a little bit about that? What is
Acting with Aaron is a arts education company where our motto is we bring the performing arts to underserved communities. And it started back in 2014 when I was living in the city, New York City, and I had friends of mine who wanted to get into acting there, and they were like, I want to get into it, but obviously New York City is the mecca for acting, but it was just the classes were just $1,000, $800, $700, and they wanted to get into it. So they would, I would just kind of talk them up and try this, do this for an audition. You have an audition coming up, maybe try it this way. And I would read scripts with people, and then I would give them scripts and things of that nature. And people are like, well, you should just be a teacher. And so, that's where kind of came out of there. And then when I came back here, I realized that the arts weren't fully in neighborhoods where people that look like me don't really have reach, aren't really there to be reached. So I decided to kind of take that sort of modeling and thinking from the city back here to Albany, where to provide people, young people, youth to adults, and opportunities to educate themselves in the world of the performing arts and at affordable rates. And we always got to eat, but it was sure. I wanted to make it tangible and reachable. So that's where the idea of Acting with Aaron came from, was the idea to provide the arts for everybody, that everybody deserves to have their stake in the art.
Everybody deserves to have their space and have it accessible as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm seeing some recurring themes of seeing people like you are in black spaces. What do you think about Albany's theater scene or the black community within the theater scene in Albany? Is it present? Are there
man, it's a whole other show. I'll say that for a long time, our voices, I would say, multicultural voices in the theater world up here were very silent. Not silent, I don't say that, excuse me, I would say unheard, because we were talking. And for a long time, we were sort of put in a box of like a lot of theaters where every few years would do like a black show, quote unquote, and then that's when like, all right, we'll give you a shot, or we'll give you a chance, or we'll give you, here's your opportunity, and then we would have to do it. Then after a few years, same thing would happen. Like, okay, we'll do it. And it was like the same groups of shows, plays, and it was like, well, there's like thousands of these plays out here. Why are we still doing like the same 5 ones every 3 to 5 years?
Yeah.
For that, and people would go. I have this great show. I need a black person, so would you do it? Or I have this, and I would go. I'm more than just my color. Like I've studied at this point 4 years, and then had several other years of experience. I can do other things than just be the black butler that you need in your show,
yeah,
or like
exactly.
the one black character that you need to add. So it was really tough for a long time for artists of color to kind of shine, because we reached a glass ceiling and we were being held back. Now, and with theater companies like Illuminate Theater, with like the Black Theater Troupe of Upstate New York, and Kalu Theater, who's putting on a show right now, and we're sort of like taking that agency back and saying, well, if you're not going to provide us there's this now. So some of it's changing. I mean, it's still sort of, a lot of still performance allyship is going on within the realms of that. But I mean, still people are, have taken notice and decided, and chose to listen to us and to hear what we, are saying and whatnot. So it is changing. It's not there yet, unfortunately, but, I think through our, meaning artists of color, wanting more, that's where the change is coming from.
Okay. Do you incorporate those themes into some of your plays? Like,
Absolutely. Anytime I put that, I follow a mantra that Ava DuVernay said. She said her job is to magnify the magnificence of Black people. And I put that in all aspects of my work, and it should. It's part of me. It's part of my culture. I don't run from it. I don't feel embarrassed to speak about it. I don't feel, that it's wrong. A lot of people are like, shh, we can't talk about because we're Black. It's like, well, it's kind of hard to miss. Like, shh, we can't. No, but I loved it. And I love expressing it and sharing that with people.
Yes.
And people, that aren't Black or aren't, a person of color, still connects to it, still connects to the piece. I just put on Albany Civic Theater in Albany, put on a reading of one of my plays, and it was all Black characters, centered around Black culture, and people still loved it. So, and it kind of shows that just because it exudes Blackness doesn't mean it's only Blackness, and should be shared and experienced by all.
I love that. What's the name of that play?
So the name of that play was called On This Chosen Ground, and actually Paul Kane and Corey Ellis, two big members here in the Capital Region community, were in it. I just kind of called them. I was like, hey, I got this play. They're like, yeah, I'll do it. And they were just phenomenal, and they were really great. And so it's about two soldiers in World War II, that are out in this field, and they discuss life and love and music and women and drink and trauma and all sorts of things out in this traumatic environment, of bombs and bodies and guns and all that stuff, of what war can bring. These two found each other and found a sort of kinship and brothership within each other.
Sounds like a beautiful play. Will it ever be on again?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping to do next year. This coming year, we're hoping to finally put on some more programming. Now that it's not gone away, but as the pandemic has sort of calmed down, that we hopefully are trying to put on some programming and opportunities for again actors of color to not only just to be educated, but also to perform and be in the love of performing and all that. So hopefully that's going to be one of them. We have a few show ideas that we're kind of tooling around with to provide people opportunities.
It's amazing. And one more question.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what is one of your favorite plays?
Oh, one of my
I want to know one of your favorite plays.
That is, okay, one of my favorite plays. That's, okay. One of my favorite plays is called The Colored Museum by George C. Wolfe. And it's one of my favorite plays for many reasons. It was the first professional play I was ever in, the first play I ever directed. And it's a play that has these exhibits, because it's a museum, but exhibits of Black culture and Black life. It was written by 1989, so it is a little aged, but I always refer back to it. It has one of my favorite quotes that I use all the time, and it's, "God created Black people, and Black people created style." It's one of my favorite quotes I
love
use.
that.
So I always like leave it around whenever I can. So I say, yeah, that's one of my favorite plays.
It's beautiful, Aaron.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on AHA today. It was amazing having you and hearing about it, and I hope folks follow Acting with Aaron and hopefully get a few lessons from you.
Yeah, we'll be doing them next year. So Intro to Acting, Acting 2, all that.
Awesome. Well, nice having you today.
Thank you.